Hello, everybody. Hello, welcome to today's Daily Antidote of Song. So glad so many of you are jumping in the room today. Looking forward to saying hello to all of you, and of course, to singing with today's fabulous song leader who we haven't had in a while. So I'm super excited that he is back in our mix. And let's go ahead, help me everybody say hello to the folks on the live stream. Hello to the folks out there on Facebook Live, and hello to the folks out there on YouTube Live. For anybody who's new today, welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. We are one song every day at noon Eastern, free, accessible to everybody. You can always join us right here, or you can find us later on Facebook and YouTube and sing along with us after the fact if you miss us at noon. So that's noon Eastern, by the way. And we want to shout out Carpe Diem Arts, and thank you so much to Carpe Diem Arts for keeping this going for 1,500 and some odd days. I don't remember how many today is, but we're getting up there. So, all right, let's say hi to everybody. Let's start by waving hello to Rowan Corbett, coming in from College Park, Maryland. We'll tell you a little bit about Rowan in just a minute. He is our fabulous song leader for the day. I'm Jo Rossi. I am the director of the Daily Antidote of Song, and so glad you've joined us today. Delhi in Maryland, hello. Hi to Diane in Massachusetts. Hi to Carolyn in Vancouver or Victoria. Hi to Deborah in Kentucky and Trish in Victoria. Dan in Vienna, Virginia. Hello to Storm in Massachusetts. Hi to Kathleen in Albuquerque. Sue in Seattle. Benet in Berkeley, California. David and Elsie coming in from Oakland. Great to see you. Hi to Aaron, who's running our tech today, coming in from the Bronx, New York. Thanks for being here today, Aaron. Hi to Nancy in Washington State. Kat in Vermont. Linda on Orcas Island. Hello to Carolyn, and hello to Carol in Connecticut. Dawn in Vermont. Athena in Brooklyn jumping in the room right now. And Bob coming in from, I can't remember, that might be Florida. I'm glad you guys are all here today. Folks are still joining us. We're going to go ahead and shift over to Rowan Corbett. Can we all please welcome Rowan? So Rowan, I didn't even ask you actually exactly how you want me to introduce you. I know you are a singer-songwriter of note. I know you do incredible sort of songwriting, collaborative things in the DMV area. That's DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. And I believe you are a former Carolina Chocolate Drops. Is that right?
That is correct. That is correct. Yeah, I was a member of the band for 2 years. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, and got to play with Rhiannon Giddens' solo project for a year and a half. Yeah, and I've been doing music in the DC area since the early 2000s. So.
Well, beautiful. Well, we're glad to have you in this space with us. And I believe that you have two songs for us today. And I'm wondering if you want to jump right into the first one, and we'll chat about it after we sing with you.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Rowan. Welcome back to the Daily Antidote.
Thank you. Rivals stand opposed to exorcise these demons. It's all black and white and red all over. Thunderous applause, witness to the action. Victory is ours, we made it happen. Never ask for names, I try to think so much. It's never just a game, no one's losing touch. There's plenty in the sea that flesh within a maze. These heroes stand for us, avatars and idols, rise above us all, might and glory. Victory is ours, victim to the action. Victory is ours, we made it happen. 'Cause we never asked for names, not losing touch. Just waiting to the scene. We flash with enemies. Lead the greatest tribe. Build one in your mind. Leave someone behind. Might makes right if you're so inclined. They never ask for names. Try to think too much. It's never just a game. They're not losing touch as they wade into the sea. They flush with enemies.
Beautiful, Rowan. Thank you so much. That was really nice. That was, I'm going to say, musically super complex in like really, really incredibly great ways.
Well, thank you.
Also, like your lyrics are so poetry. They feel to me like very, very like multi-layered, and like like I could say like I think I know what the song is about, but like yeah. Anyway, I would love to hear what you like.
Right.
What inspired you to write it? Tell us more about it.
Well, the song idea came from a song prompt that we do at our virtual open mic, VOM, the virtual open mic. I've been doing that since the beginning of the pandemic with Rob of my band Iliami. You can find links to both of those things in the chat. The prompt was, it's all about enemies. And I thought it was, it was pertinent for today because the song is sort of about how, we sort of leap to the idea of tribalism, like, oh, it's us against them, it's a way to like galvanize people, but it's the thing that separates us. And so this being, Pride Month and, Juneteenth is in a couple of days, I thought it was kind of appropriate. It's like, if we work together instead of, thinking of the world as a zero-sum game, we can accomplish so much more, And the song was sort of looking at that mindset and like examining it. And it's like, and it even sort of has, sort of hints towards like climate change in there as well. It's like, we flush with enemies. We're all trying to get a little bit more than our neighbors, and in the process, we're ruining the climate. We're making the world less habitable for us, and it may lead to our downfall unless we start working together. And so that's sort of where the song came from. We, like I said, we've been doing these song prompts every month at VOM, where we come up with a prompt and we write a song. And the idea is not necessarily to write to that prompt, but to write something, to do anything, keep the creative juices flowing. So.
Beautiful. Well, I love that you say like it's a great song for right now. It's Pride Month, and there's a lot of attention to the idea of differences and how we could be more unified. But I sort of also feel like it's been like sort of the theme of the last 5-ish years is like the divide, or the ways in which people are sort of making opposites of each other rather than looking for those places where they come together. So a song that's touching on, or about the importance of coming together, on issues of climate change, on issues of pride, on issues of pretty much, I would say more or less everything right now, right? Like the list
Yeah.
of things that everyone wants to not agree on feels like longer than ever. And so super inspiring, and thank you. And VOM sounds like an amazing group. And like, can you tell us a little bit more about it, and also a little bit more about the kinds of prompts you use? Because that's a really cool one that you just brought us here.
Well, absolutely. So the idea behind VOM initially, when Rob came up with it, at the beginning of all this stuff, at the beginning of the pandemic, the idea was to give musicians a way to come together and continue to perform and not lose those skills, but also to teach them a new set of skills, like doing this, like being on, Zoom and doing music has a little bit of a learning curve, and it takes time to learn how to do it well. And so the idea was to give people a way to like sharpen not only their performance skills and keep them up, but to learn how to play music online, for an audience, which was not something most people had to do at that point. So that's why we started doing it. And, in the process, we created this community. And as we went on, it's like we needed sort of ideas to like keep ourselves going. And so we had this idea of coming up, doing like a monthly song prompt. And, we would get everybody to throw in some ideas into the hat. And then we would literally roll dice, D&D dice in specific, to like pick what we were going to do for the next month. And we've had prompts like as simple as dog, or
Wow.
baby Martians.
Nice.
The prompt that I did for that song, all about enemies. One of my favorite was "I'll Make You Sorry You Said It." I got a great song out of that one. And again, the whole point is to use the prompt as a jumping off point. It's a way to like get your brain going. And if you end up with a song that only sort of tangentially or even not even goes along with the prompt, the point is that you got some writing done. So
Beautiful. Okay, I really love that. And Martians may be bringing up a lot of different concepts than the prompt that you brought us today. But maybe we're gonna have to figure out a way to have you back. I don't know. I'll make you sorry you said it. Also sounds pretty good. So maybe we need to look at, Rowan's next appearance so we can hear more of that. So the song that you just sang us, I think you said you perform it with one of your two bands. Is that right?
that's correct. I play with a band called Ilyami, which is an acronym for I Love You and I Miss You. And we've been playing together in various configurations for about 20 years. And I play that song with them quite a lot. So, yeah.
That's great. And on your website, so your links are all in the chat for both bands and for your other project, your VOM project. So our tour dates on your website if people are trying to come find you and see you.
Yes, they are.
Great. And also recordings. Is that where folks will find out more about what you've got out in the world?
Oh yeah, we have like both bands have quite a few recordings, so you can find links to them and ways to get a hold of us. So yeah.
Beautiful. So let's see. Are there other things you feel like chatting about before we sing the second song with you? We've managed to sneak in a little bit of chat right now about all of the ways in which the world is complicated right now. Is there more you feel like saying?
This is a thing that I advocate for a lot, which is specifically for musicians, mental health. We tend to use our music writing as our main source of therapy. And while that is useful, it is not always enough. So, please, if you're a musician or just a person who deals with, anxiety or depression, reach out to people. It's important to take care of your mental health. I really believe that knowing yourself and knowing your limits, emotionally and physically, are really important. So, if you feel like you have problems that are, maybe drowning you a little bit, go out and, at least talk to a friend, if not, reaching out for more professional help. Just talking about stuff really, really helps. So, but that's my one little thing that I like to harp on. So, musicians, take care of yourselves.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I think it's so interesting because, you make these songs that are, as you just pointed out, sort of like, a therapeutic, way of processing things, but not enough. But I think that's also how we as, listeners and or singer-alongers receive them, is it's therapeutic, and oftentimes also not enough. So, for all of us too, thinking of, the ways that we might need more support in the world. But I also heard a second meaning there, of how it's not enough. It's not enough to just write the songs and to sing them, right? You still have to get out there and send the voting postcards or do all of the stuff, right? It's a multifaceted project trying to make change and to take care of ourselves. And I'm so grateful for the ways that you've just brought up neat and important ideas. Super hope nobody can hear the neighbors cutting down huge trees in the background right now because it's deafening over here in my world. So I'm wondering if you want to tell us a little bit about your second song, and I think you also sing that with your other band. Is that right?
Yes. So this is a song called Wild Mountain Thyme. And I perform it with Tinsmith, which is the Irish, Celtic band that I play with. We do English, Irish, Scottish, and old time Appalachian music as well. And this is a song we've been doing for a very long time. We've been together, since 1997 is when we started playing together. So we're coming up on 25 years very soon. And this song in particular, reminds me. I mean, the first line is, "Oh, the summertime has come," and it's summertime, and I don't do a lot of super happy songs, but this was a song that I thought was, sort of a good sing along song that also actually, gives a nod to the season we're in right now, and. It's at the moment, it's pretty nice. The weather is going to get a bit harsher, I think, in the next couple of days in this area. And I know there are other places in the U.S. right now that are dealing with insane heat. And I used to look forward to summer as a kid a lot. And I sort of miss the joy in that as the world gets hotter and hotter. So this is sort of a song looking at the nostalgia of summer.
So beautiful. Thank you. And I do. I'm going to shout out the folks all around the globe right now who are in intense heat. And I know that here in the U.S., it is not just going to be the typical Florida and, Texas. There's actually going to be pretty extreme heat all over sort of, the eastern 2/3 of the country is what it looks like on the map. Including even up in New England. So while we're on the subject of self-care, everybody, please make sure you've got lots of water and, think about the idea of having water at home. If anything ever happened and, there was a loss of power or a loss of water flow, it's nice to know that you've got some stuff right there in your house that you can take care of you for a few days in case anything ever went down. So, Rowan, I think the weather right now in DC, in the DMV area, I'm in Tacoma Park, is so ridiculously beautiful. That it actually inspired me to text Rowan a couple minutes before sound check to say hey, just a little reminder, you're on today because these are exactly the days where we hear from our musicians, wait, I'm outside in the garden and I forgot. And they, come running in the house. So, so thanks for being so great about being here today. And I am so appreciative that you are bringing this song. It's a favorite of lots of folks in this room. So I'm going to turn it back over to you and we're excited to sing along with you.
All right, great. So I will go over the chorus here quickly before we start. So I do it a little bit differently than a lot of people. I like to take traditional songs and put my own spin on them. I'm a great believer in the idea of take the song a little bit further than you found it. So this is my version of Wild Mountain Thyme, and the chorus goes like this. Will you go, lassie, go, and we'll love, go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming nether. Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie, go? Let's do it again. And we'll go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming nether. Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie, go? All right, everybody got it? All right, let's start from the top then. Oh, the summertime has come, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows up around the blooming nether. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming nether. We'll go, lassie, go? We'll go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower by an cool and crystal fountain, and on it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming nether. We'll go, lassie, go? We'll go, lassie, go? I will build my love shelter by on high mountain green, and my love shall be the fairest that the summer sun has seen. We'll go, lassie, go? And we'll go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming nether. We'll go, lassie, go? We'll go, lassie, go? If my true love she'll not go, then I'll surely find another where the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming nether. We'll go, lassie, go? And we'll go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming nether. We'll go, lassie, go? We'll go, lassie, go? And we'll go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming nether. We'll go, lassie, go? We'll go, lassie, go? Will you go?
Rowan Corbett, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that was really neat to sing, and I love when people take, the old songs and remake them in their own style. It brings so much, it breathes so much life into them. But also it's kind of the way those songs were always sung, right? Like there wasn't
Yeah.
a recording of the song; it was whoever had it next and whatever they did to it, right? So like all of those original versions that we know are also, already potentially morphs of something that somebody did,
Yes.
before it got captured in some way. So it made me wonder whether or not, and I'm sorry, I don't remember this. Did you ever do our Library of Congress Archive Challenge?
Oh, no, no, I have not.
All right, so we know you're up next. Okay, so we are doing a really fun program with the American Folklife Center at the Library of Congress, and now that I don't know if you know Steve Winnick and Jennifer Cutting, they're
Oh, yes.
folklorists and ethnomusicologists at the library, and so they will have our artists pick a song from the archive, remake it in their own voice. Sing it in here for the first time, and then they bring a lot of collateral, like so we get to see an image of the person who did the recording and hear from them, and they tell us a lot of history. It's completely cool, and because they're back to work full time, we don't get to do as many of them. But we're talking about some Thursdays, I think in early fall or late summer. So hopefully we can drag you in,
Oh, that would
not
be
not
lovely.
kicking and screaming good. Thanks.
Awesome.
So I also want to say I think that might have been the most technically amazing daily antidote right there that we just had, because somehow or another there was like three different views of you, and you got to tell me what that was, because like
Okay, well, we have when we do the virtual open mic again, like I said, the whole idea is like teaching people how to do how to how to do live performance online, and part of that is like was us learning how to do that too, and like doing multi-camera setups and things like that. So I actually have a foot switch down here. Actually, I have multiple foot switches down here where I can switch between camera views. And this is all off the shelf technology, and it works really seamlessly. And I can do things like mute, but you can hear me again. I can mute myself. I can change the camera view. I can adjust things in real time with my feet when I'm playing. And I've got a couple of what they are called stream decks up here that allow me to make changes and put things up on screen very easily and very quickly, without having to memorize lots of different keyboard shortcuts. The way that the Stream Deck works is it actually has little screens under each button, so you can put an icon that shows you what that button does, and you just press it, and you can do the things and automate so much. It makes the process of doing online performance so much easier and so much more seamless. So one person can act as their own camera switcher. They can do their audio. I can turn reverb on and off just with a button. And I don't have to like dig through menus or anything like that. So it's made the whole process of hosting online content much simpler, and it makes it so it's actually doable. So.
Okay, so that is completely amazing. I've never heard of any such thing, and I just want to let you know that let everybody know that the next 1,500 days of the Daily Antidote will all be coming out of Rowan's studio. We're just going to send everybody there one day at a time. So Rowan, it's really amazing, and I'm excited to let other artists know about that technology. And yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out for neat things like that can actually really bring a lot of so, you could say it's like all production value stuff, except like it really affects your relationship with the song and the song leader when you're seeing the shifts and the changes, like it's yeah, completely beautiful. So
Oh,
thank you so
absolutely.
much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
No, thank you. And thank you for having me again. I
Yay.
really greatly appreciate it.
Oh, it's so nice to have you. And I'm going to make a couple of quick announcements here. So for folks in the room, many of you have heard this already. For folks who are watching us online and who are new to us, we're doing a fundraiser for the Daily Antidote of Song, supporting our racial justice programming and more. And it is on June 20th, 7 p.m. online. And donations are requested but not required, kind of keeping with our mission statement. It will be accessible to everyone, donation or not. There's more information about it on our website. And there's going to be an in-person version of it at Tonal Park Studios here in Tacoma Park, where we're going to be live streaming from. And I'm excited to say that Rowan is actually going to be joining us. And so maybe you'll get a chance to see him there. So Rowan, we're glad you'll be there. And if there's anybody who's interested in joining in the live stream, in the live version, please be in touch with me by email. We are requesting donations for that one because it is very limited seating. And I'm also announcing that on June 23, there's going to be a CD release for this incredible Smithsonian Folkways album featuring a friend of mine, Sonia Cohen-Kramer, who passed in 2015. And it's going to be Elizabeth Mitchell and Daniel Littleton and Dan and Claudia Zanes. Elizabeth is Grammy nominee and Dan is Grammy Award winning. And they're going to celebrate the music. Elizabeth is on the album with Sonia, as are a bunch of Seeger family members. Sonia was a Seeger. And it does look like we're going to be able to record that and make it available to folks in the room. I know we've been trying to figure that out. And so I think everybody here who's not in the DMV area will still be able to take part in it if they like. So hang on to your hats and wait for us to send some info out about that. All right. I think we have gone on as long as we can possibly go on here today. I want to thank everybody again for being here. Rowan, thanks for 2 beautiful songs. Let's all give it up for Rowan.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rowan. We look forward to seeing you again. All right. And Rowan, you can go if you need to go get busy with your kiddo and your universe. And we're grateful you were here today.
Thanks so much.
Yep. Thank you again. And thanks to everybody for being here today. Help me wave Rowan out of the room. Help me wave the folks on the live stream out. Thanks to everybody out there on Facebook Live and on YouTube. And thanks to everybody who's here today. Trish coming in from Victoria, British Columbia. Dan in Vienna, Virginia. Storm in Mass. Kathleen in Albuquerque. Susan in Seattle. Sue in Seattle. Benet in Berkeley, California. David and Elsie coming in from Oakland, California. Aaron, thanks for running great tech for us today, coming in from the Bronx. Kat in Vermont. Athena in Brooklyn. There's Hoda in British Columbia, Bonnie in Boise, Idaho, Curly Tops in Vermont, Ann in Silver Spring, Lynn and Cliff coming in from Vermont, Bob in Albany, Caroline in DC, Kevin coming in from New Hampshire, reminding me that today is day 1532. Thank you so much. And I think Athena has that written there too. Thanks, Athena. Becky coming in from Vancouver, Carolyn in British Columbia, Mabel and a bear in Massachusetts, Bob and another bear in Massachusetts, next to each other on the screen. That's hysterical. Deli in Maryland, thank you. Nancy in Washington State with the fabulous cow. The cow also reminded me, by the way, that it was day 1532. Gary in Mass, Carolyn coming in from somewhere. Sarah in Texas, nice to see you. Carolyn, okay, there's lots of Carolyns today. Martha in Oregon, Elizabeth in California, Aloysius in Mass, and Lynn in Connecticut. Thanks again, everybody. Can't wait to see y'all tomorrow. Take care and love from the Daily Antidote of Song.